like you have to reinvent the wheel or develop a new menu for a five-star restaurant to be successful. A little preparation and proper selection of ingredients are the foundation for a rewarding experience. Fresh ingredients and accurate measuring are key to success, especially for those who are beginning their journey in culinary arts. We'll start our potato salad project by first hard-boiling the eggs that we're going to use in the recipe, as well as by boiling the potatoes. Place the eggs in a saucepan and fill the saucepan to just an inch above the eggs. Place the eggs on the stove, cook until they come to a rolling boil, then pull them from the heat, cover them, and let them sit for 18 minutes. At the conclusion of the 18 minutes, drain the hot water from the eggs, then fill it with cold water, fill the pan with cold water, and just briefly cool the eggs in the cold water. This will prevent them from cooking any farther. Now put your potatoes in a large stock pot, put them on the stove and add just enough water to cover the potatoes. Then put a lid on them, turn them on high heat until they start to boil. At the time that they start to boil, reduce the heat to simmer and allow them to cook for about 30 to 35 minutes. You'll know when they're done because you can pierce the potato with a fork or a knife and it'll just be tender. No hard spots in them left. At this point, you want to drain the water and let them sit until they're cool enough to handle. Don't want to burn yourself on those hot butters.
Fill it up and bring it right back. Solid potato salad, and that's how no cat. Solid potato salad, boy. Take my plate, fill it up and bring it right back. The farmer said the done.
The culinary arts are like any other art form. Some people are happy drawing stick figures all their lives, while other people choose to be more like Van Gogh or attempt to be. Cooking is no different. You can start out with a basic recipe from a cookbook, and as your talents and tastes develop, you can alter those recipes to make them a masterpiece of your own. For the purposes of this demonstration, the potato salad that we'll be making is from the Betty Crocker cookbook. It's a basic one, real easy to alter if you find your tastes are slightly different than what's recommended here. Best thing to do is to start by measuring exactly as they've indicated in the cookbook, and exact measurements will at least give you a starting point to determine what you may or may not like to alter. Now, mixing the liquid ingredients, or the semi-solids in this case, there's an indication that they have to be done separately from the potatoes and the solids, as the onions. By doing so, it allows you to meld the taste of the liquids together so that they more uniformly coat the solids, the potatoes, the onions, and such. And in being so, we follow the directions as necessary. 1.5 cups of mayonnaise. Looks pretty tasty, doesn't it? In addition to that, the rest of it's pretty straightforward and simple. I'm going to add a tablespoon of yellow mustard. Again, nothing fancy. I mean, if you like Dijon or you like something spicy, by all means, go that route. And then we're going to do a tablespoon of vinegar. Perfect. Now we're just going to blend those three things together until we've got a nice, consistent mix. This way, when we throw in the potatoes and the eggs and onions, they'll be evenly coated with a nicely blended mixture of the sauce. Now the sauce does also call for a little bit of seasoning, in this case salt and pepper. Calls for a quarter teaspoon of pepper, and it calls for 1 teaspoon of salt. Nice level teaspoons. Now you may find that you require more or less salt or pepper. Again, season it to taste. If you like a little more, add a little more. If you like a little less, by all means omit some of it that the recipe is calling for. Now that we've got that ready to go, we'll focus on the other primary ingredients, which are obviously potatoes, since we are making potato salad. First you want to slice the potatoes into whatever size you prefer. The smaller the potato bite, the more evenly coated it'll be with the seasoning and sauce when everything is completed. The larger the potato bite, obviously the larger the potato flavor you're going to get when you bite into your potato salad. So a little bit of it's personal preference, and you'll know as time goes exactly what you prefer. Potatoes we're using today are obviously russet potatoes. Some people like red potatoes, others yellows. All depends on the consistency of potato you like. Reds tend to be a little more firm, which means they don't get quite as mushy as russets, but we don't mind these. Okay. So now, once we get our potatoes chopped up, then let's move on to the eggs. Now eggs, I kind of cheat a little bit. We go with the traditional knife method, and then cheat by using one of these handy dandy newfangled slap chop things. I like it just because it saves me a little time, and I don't like big chunks of egg in my potato salad, but do whatever you like best. Okay, stir that in. Last but not least, we're going to put a little onion in here. Now this calls for half a cup of onion, which we should easily get out of this wonderful thing. Now, onion flavors vary significantly. If you don't like the full flavored feel of a white or a regular yellow onion, you can definitely get a Vidalia or a Walla Walla that's a sweeter flavored onion, and you'll definitely notice the difference in your finished product. We just slice this into whatever size pieces you tend to like. Some people like a big bite of onion in their potato salad. Others like more of a subtle flavor. So again, it's a personal preference. Here we are. Okay. That's our half cup onion. Stir it all in. Voila! Creamy potato salad the Betty Crocker way. So again, cooking is supposed to be fun and easy. Most people get into the culinary arts because of their enjoyment of cooking and decide that they want to make a career out of it. Experiment in your kitchen, play around a little bit, see what you like doing, see what you don't like doing. You know, play with your taste buds a little bit. I think you'll find that sooner or later you're going to find that cooking is one of those rewarding experiences. We'd like to dive into this right now, but it's got to chill for about 4 hours before we can have a bite. We'll see you then.